Hey everybody, welcome back to Two Sides, One Love. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Cecile.
We're your favorite mother-daughter duo. And this podcast is about bridging the gap with laughter and love. We hope you all have had a good week. We've had a good week. Very busy, very hectic, but good week nonetheless. Yeah. We're here. We're blessed. So good week. How you feel? More so than work, but just like your mood.
I'm pretty good. I think that a couple million cure. You know, thank God. It's just been really hectic at work. I don't know if it's because I'm counting down to retirement because I'm over it, but it seemed hard and hard every day. You know, but I'm hanging in there and making the best of it, taking the wins, taking the wins.
So next week, it's spring break for me from school.
Mm.
But I was telling my friend, I was like, but I still go to work. So not a real spring break. She said, are you doing anything? I said, no. I said, who gonna pay the bills? I said,
You paying the bills now?
So I said, no, sure, I gotta go to work.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in a super productive mood.
Take it when you get it.
Yes, I
Does happen all the
got a
time.
lot done this week. So I feel like I'm firing. Also,
There we go. Cooking with gas. Or Crisco, as it in the South.
And then for our weekly updates, do y'all care what happens in the week if it's not noteworthy? Like, if it's nothing really interesting, do y'all care about it? Or should we just talk about noteworthy things, experiences? And then also, what should we call the segment? Should we just call it a weekly update or at the kitchen table? Because you just spent your days at the kitchen table. So let us know what y'all think about that.
That before, the internet. We used to all talk at the kitchen table and exchange cool ideas and feelings. Miss those days. I'll bring that back when I got my grandbabies.
So moving to our first topic, politics, which we're calling the current state. The biggest thing has been this Iran situation with Donald Trump. I'm not even gonna say with Donald.
Mm-hmm.
And this all started when Donald Trump attacked
invaded Iran.
Attacked their military bases and the leadership, the guy with the killed, and
along with his daughter and wife.
And so now it's just kind of doesn't seem to be getting better. The U.S. recently bombed a school where the explosion killed more than 160 people, many of them children and teachers.
95% of them were kids between the age of 7 and 9.
And then the U.S. is saying that they had outdated intelligence, which misidentified the location.
That's very questionable. Seeing that they bombed it twice that same day.
I know it's questionable because if I type in your address right now, it shows me the front.
Mm-hmm.
Like with
so we have better GPS than the U.S. military does.
Mind you, GPS is built for the military,
right?
Then they
exactly
coming.
Yeah, but we're all both
so yeah, I don't think they believe that, but
no. I just pray every day because this I could never see this with the horoscope that I've been living in a country that right now pride shame. True. I'm disappointed to the nth degree of what we've become as a people, as a government. No integrity. Just I don't know what it is. We look back at the Bible and I've actually gone back on it really did kind of say, oh, this is going to happen. And it will continue to happen.
That's how I feel.
And I pray every day for a swift and definitive end.
Yeah. I am surprised at what's happening. I'm not ashamed because I'm not a part of it. Yeah. I think people are part of the problem.
Yeah.
I'm not a part of it. When I go to I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. We all agree that it's crazy. So
I think no. I think the whole world knows that this is a Donald Trump,
and that most people,
not an American people. So they really do know that.
And I am also make the changes where you can.
Yes. stand steadfast where you can.
Yeah.
Be strategic. So, and hold your own and cover
and just things don't have to be big. They don't have to be a scale. It could literally just be something as simple as like helping somebody out when you see they need help. Like it doesn't, as long as that will continue to exist in humanity.
And information is very important, because if you have information for certain things, especially now certain processes, the information trail changes swiftly because they're doing things daily and changing rules. So information is really vital for, handling certain things that you probably have to handle. Yeah. If you're a project program or whatever, or governmental services.
But I do also know sometimes it's information overload. You don't know what to believe. You don't know where to find what's reputable or not. So I just say, even just forget the idea of politics. Just be community and be people. Like, somebody needs $1 to cash. Give them $1. Just
tap into your humanity.
Yes.
Tap into your humanity.
I was watching the podcast with Deval and Kadeen Ellis. I don't know if y'all know them. Their podcast, Ellis Ever After, and he was talking about back in December when it was Christmas time. He was parking a lot, and the guy took him on a boot over here, so you probably boot or whatever. And he had saw several people had boots.
Got boots.
And he was like, it's Christmas time. They probably spending money in there. They probably can't afford to get the boot off. So he went to the guy and was like, how many boots y'all got to pay? Take them all off. And that's just,
he can't do it. And he did it. Because on his heart to do, and he did it.
He came across, he's like, it's Christmas time. He's probably spending extra money to make sure they have a
that single activity.
Because, stuff like that change your whole day. Come out.
Change your whole year sometimes.
Now I got to find an extra $35. So we got the people got
it can be that straw that broke, that break your back. And that possibly something to
just avert. Helping up a few, that help those people. Sometimes the more stuff you do that, the more impact you can have. The more you can change things or show that there's humanity, people often will then start to.
Yes. So they'll imitate the behavior.
And it just never hurts to do good.
It doesn't hurt. It just doesn't hurt. It's simple.
I think
there's no reward, it's fine. It doesn't hurt. It actually makes me feel good. Inside.
So I think sometimes we gotta go back to basics, and just remembering the human and not like thinking about 330 million people, which is the U.S.'s population, is a lot. So sometimes just focus on you and try to, if you can be helpful in that way and assist, maybe we'll get it. That's just my tip.
Sometimes it's being a shoulder to cry, and reassuring you that they're not alone. There's a lot of people on the edge, on serious edge, though.
And if you do have the ability to help. Like, if I us as a man with money, so he do be, it does not hurt me to help these people, and I know more likely it's gonna make them way more than
it will almost.
So you give, because I've been blessed. So why would I hoard the blessings? Oh, spread the blessings.
Spread the blessing.
That's kind of the biggest thing in politics. Also, the whole Iran thing did affect the gas. It's going back down, but it did affect the gas. And I saw I think it's his press secretary was saying that it wasn't affecting the gas. And then somebody on Twitter was like, I literally saw the gas go from $3.19 to $3.59. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking
about. Our government says it's going to remove the gas tax in Georgia to make it more affordable, like they've done before when we've had other situations. So that will help us in Georgia. Now, California will be $8.25. I don't know, Joe.
Get electric. I think most California think up, because gas in California
was high anyway. Yeah.
But moving on to our pop culture segment, the group chat.
That's the name we're deciding on.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So this is our very last time covering this because it's done now. Which is Love Is Blind. They had the reunion. Actually, it was one of their better reunions. They asked the questions that needed to be asked. They touched on the things, all the things that we were wondering about. They even brought up things that we didn't know about. So it was good mix. People were held accountable.
They were.
What did you think? So it starts off with Amber and Jordan. What did you think about them and the situation?
Amber has a lot of healing.
I would say
yeah, she is very fragile emotionally
and guarded.
and guarded. And when you live on that tightrope emotionally, you can see she was triggered, like immensely so. So she has a lot of healing to do, and I hope she realizes that and will give herself.
I think she realized it. Yeah. She said, "I know I have a lot. I know." And
Jordan, he can't handle that level of emotion.
No.
You know, he's just not capable.
I also think how she handled things sped things up, but I think we've gotten there anyway. Yeah. I do think he was a very endearing man. I liked Jordan a lot. I don't think he was ready for a stepfather type role. And a full immersive of husband. I think he very much liked when he was still as a single man and being able to go out with his friends when he wants to and go to the bars.
You see, people don't realize the commitment
that it is.
It's, those lonely nights that, it would be good to have a wife, but that's a 24/7 situation of somebody who have to not only be with, but care about, consider.
Yeah.
And people take it for granted. It's a tall order, and that's why it worked.
Yeah.
I don't think was really ready for that. If she was fully healed and calmer, it could have worked.
I don't know.
Even with the child, but
I think sometimes there's just differences. I think he needs
he's
to
still a boy.
I don't even know if they're a boy. Some people just have differences. There's people who just like to go out, married, unmarried, like they like to be outside. Sure. There's people that are like, going out again, you're going out. Whether you have kids out, so sometimes you just have to find.
They're different places.
Similar too.
Yeah, they're definitely different places in their life. So.
And I just think the rest of the stuff was on top. Like he said in there, he was like, it really had nothing to do with the kid. We had all it was whether she had the child or not, they would still be broken up.
I think so.
Because it was a personality thing, and then it seemed like she had anger issues, it gets a little volatile, so then it turns into that. Which is also not beneficial.
Emotional intelligence.
She just reacting that trigger.
I just think they're just at two different places in their life.
Yeah.
That's simple.
It was a shame because I think they're both fine people.
Yeah. They are. Almost definitely.
Also, side note please stop doing the 80s hair and makeup. It's driving. Girl, the hump is this thing.
The hump.
It's girl, it was just so hard. It's so, and she's not even understand. Please.
Yeah, and she needs something.
Please put the hair. The hair, like, it's so big. It's so Lord. That's just how you're doing your looks at this.
That's clearly what she comes from. You see.
No, you're doing yourself in this. I would just because I don't think she's gonna try the rest of it.
Yeah, some people are stuck on a look. I'm sure people have suggested it. Why don't you? But they're stuck on a look.
Maybe her peers, they look different. Like they
can't have all her friends will not do that kind of.
No, what I'm saying is not that they do that, but like sometimes it's not something they're as focused on.
Yeah, that's true. That's really cool. Yeah.
To be like, girl,
like,
girl, what you doing here? Like
that don't look right.
So I just want to hope up there.
Black people, we critical.
It's not critical, but that really will help.
We all about that.
No, but sometimes it really will help. Oh God, yeah. But that girl just don't look how you think it looks.
Because she will be quick to tell me that the quickness that ain't working, Margaret.
But with the quickness. But she's also a person. She take a picture and she's like, "Why you ain't telling me this look good?" So I'm gonna tell you.
I'm not letting tell.
And then next they cover Vic and Christine, who is just still married and very happy
and beautiful. They made a beautiful speech. It made me cry. He's truly a wonderful guy.
And then I think they went to Mike and Emma, who my original prediction was that they wouldn't get married, that they would still date. I think they tried to do that. That was on the horizon. That didn't work out. He actually came there with his new girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just the kids thing. It was always going to be the kids thing. I don't even know why they came out with pods because the kids thing was an issue with the pods.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised that he chose her.
So yeah. Oh, back to the big Christine thing. they tried to address the whole why they weren't on the honeymoon with the other people. It still doesn't make sense to me. When he said, obviously, yeah, they never take it 7. Get that. So we can only take 6. Why? You're not answering the why.
And they did say that. We could only take 6.
But why?
Is that part of the contract?
Netflix has money. Y'all could afford the airfare and extra room, so tell me why we're so stuck. That's the other thing. But they did get gifted
because they're boring. Boring love story.
But they did get gifted, ain't they? So
yeah.
And you see, this even more proves my point as to why they're an afterthought, because they're the only ones together as married that went to the they are the only ones married. If they didn't do that, and we knew never knew anything about them, we'd be walking out nobody's married.
Mm-hmm.
That is, they saw what was going on and had to get them in there with the quickness. That's what it did.
Yeah. And they represented it well. I mean, yeah.
Next, we have Brittany and Devontae. I really wish Ned
still not getting it.
No, I think she's getting it. I think she is just like, if didn't want to be here, say it.
You know, that people's actions will tell you. Sometimes you don't need to be told. You have to follow your very, very clear.
I agree with that, but it's also grow up and be an adult and say how you feel about something. And then on top of it, when I explicitly ask you, and then you very much try to go the other way, trying to reassure me. But then that's really that's still how you felt all along. So we could have got done with this. Why are you dragging it out? So that's something I'm a little annoyed when people do that. Like,
it makes me lose respect for you.
It's just like, what's the point? So then also turns out Devontae has a fiance and she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm. They're engaged. Yeah,
that's what I said. Brittany found out with everybody at the crowd. Her dad was more distraught than she did.
He was a very gentle man, because if that were you, I could not do that.
And then
I call this civilized thing.
What did confuse me is Devontae lives in Phoenix, but his girlfriend or fiance lives in Ohio. He has a house in Ohio, but he lives in Phoenix with Alex.
He says he has a house in Ohio.
But then they have the baby and get married. So what's going on? What's happening? Like, what?
Well, him and Alex play day.
And then the trip with Devontae, Bianca, Bree, and Ashley, I'm a little confused.
Suspect. What was that about?
The thing is, I don't think anything. So I really couldn't even see that.
No, I don't think so.
I wish they would have said they just not cool with Brittany like that, but then they said they are cool with her like that. So then that further could be. Because if you said, honestly, we don't even really talk to Brittany like that. I speak to him more. That would have made sense as to why you may not know
I don't think
what's going on. But then Nick Lachey asked that. And they said, yeah, we're all close. So then now they no, but that doesn't, they would have been better off saying not, so why go that way? Because if you're saying, it makes sense if you're only trusting his side if you don't really talk to her. But if you're saying that the audience saying, was it Priyanka
saying, no, I'm not close to her. She kept mouthing that.
But she's not up there with the rest of them, so like, whatever. I think she was saying that, but like, which makes sense because clearly she lived in Austin. I don't know why she come up with this. Okay. Anyway. I don't know what happened. I just feel like for women to just take it one side, that means they don't talk to her often. I wish they just would have said that.
I think it's against code. And I like the fact that Ashley did speak up and say, listen, we should have spoken to you and let you know.
So yeah,
but everything seemed like it was a happenstance. It didn't, his Airbnb, didn't confirm. But why was he even a part of that to begin? I guess they said he had invited himself.
Or like they were just like, oh, we're gonna go see this, and he was still, oh, you should come. Like that kind of, like, oh, you should come. Like it wasn't like that. And
he said, sure.
Yeah. So It seems strange. I don't know what it is though, because it's not giving.
Because he's close to Alec, and he was there at Asheville, so
it's just I really do want to know what the undertone of it is, because it's not giving that any of them have like a sexual relationship. So yeah, I can't see it at all. So no.
But neither has the way. Okay, what about Alex Flip?
I want to go to Jessica and Chris first, and they let Chris have it. Everybody did, even Amber.
Oh my god! Surely.
When they were asking Amber about Jordan, she goes, "Jordan's not that guy. He's at least not a Chris." He's so
right.
They're not even best terms. Yeah, he still ain't as bad as him.
Still ain't Chris.
I think Chris got the advice that everybody who has bad showings on TV should don't say a lot, and that's he ain't talk that much.
What else is he going to say?
It's not about that. People, not about that. People, even when they don't have no leg to stand on, they get defensive.
That's true.
And with this, and they will just continue to try to push this or like this perspective and this and that. Because if it was roles reversed and Alex was in the situation,
oh my God,
it would not be like that.
He's so good up.
Exactly. So whoever told Chris, be quiet and just say apologize.
A side of him did look a little beaten though.
Yeah. Because trust, he done got.
I'm sure, and I'm sure he's getting it.
Yes.
The court of public.
Yes, you are. Yes, he is.
He definitely looked beat.
Yeah,
that spark was not in his eye.
It was not there.
Let's hope he learned from it, and time. I can think.
But he had a good show because he didn't try to defend. He didn't try to say, "Well, you were the." No, he just apologized and kept it. And just kept it. Mm-hmm. That is the best way with you. That's the best way. Please listen to people that tell y'all to do that. Jeez.
Unfortunately, a lot of people have that. Well, definitively not taking that advice, but hence their personality.
And I'm so happy for Jessica that she got her doctor boyfriend and they all cute together and everything. So the two doctors just living life.
Beautiful. Everything works together. Good.
And then Bree and Connor, they are still dating, but not engaged and married. Which is, I definitely knew that they were trying. They didn't know if they was.
They seem like in a really good place. A lot better place than one on the show.
Yeah. Apparently she's going through it.
Yeah, apparently she said not her best self. There was something going on. So, but both of them seem more cohesive and connected. So I'm hoping that it will be good. And I love the way he dealt with it.
Connor his personality is fantastic. Is very much the type of guy I'm attracted to in terms of go to work, make sure he's doing what he need to do. He can take care of himself. He's a very nice person, nice to everybody.
No back and forth.
No back and forth about anything. Moving on. No grudge. No ego and machismo and testosterone and just all that extraness that just is unnecessary in a lot of cases. Not saying those don't have time and place, but for a lot of things, it's just necessary. Like we are happy living our life. Why do we care? Why do you keep caring about something that doesn't matter? So, and he genuinely seemed to mean it. Like it he was unbothered. Yeah, he was unbothered.
As he should be.
Yeah. So, and that comes also if you're confident in yourself and you know who you are.
It does.
It doesn't matter about the rest of it. Yeah. So yeah, Connor's just his own personality, but then he's also not laid back in the way of he doesn't tell like where he wants to express his feelings. He also expresses his feelings and he's what he says. So it's not that he's just cool all the time. No, he tells Brie how much he loves her and what he loves about her and all these kinds of things. So that his personality is definitely something I would be attracted to.
Yeah, and he that's it. As my dad used to say, don't argue with fools. Then they have a bunch of experience, So he handled it perfectly. Chefed it perfectly.
And then now we go to Ashley and Alex. Even more so than Chris, Alex irks me. He is the type of man that would make me put my hand. I could never be with somebody like I once brought his screen.
Screen.
Like,
who are you?
Who you feeling like? Like, who are you like? It blows my mind that people I don't know how she was 8. With her, like,
I know.
right there, like,
Just so hard to push you.
because what is this?
Hard not to
What's
push
this
you.
attitude? What's all this? Wait for to check that. Like, that I.
Don't simmer down.
Like, like, you better take that bass on, boy. You better fix that. So I'm
that bass out your mouth.
That would have irked me. Chris was just an asshole. No, that is irksome. Alex was irksome. Like,
and
the type just grinds those years.
He just, ooh.
Can't stand it.
And
he still ain't take accountability for nothing.
He's just a
oh yeah.
He mooching off Devontae now. Sure. You know. Working on his house, his safe house. Where?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Whatever.
But I think that was it. They did a lovely montage at the end of all the married couples. I thought it was gonna be corny, but it was actually very cute. Because this is 10 years of Love is Blind, so they're celebrating all the couples who are still together. And a lot of the children now and all that, so it's very good.
I know, it was good for some of them, yeah.
And then another big thing in pop culture is Bam Adebayo. I believe I'm saying that correct.
Yeah.
He has the highest
83 points.
The highest points in a basketball game for any active player. He scored 83 points. I think it was a couple days ago now. Surpassing Kobe's 81, which was it is the most after Will Chamberlain. So it's definitely the most in modern day society. A lot of there's been controversy about his 83 points because I think he shot 43 free throws. So they're like,
well, they keep following him. I mean, what did they expect?
Refs is subjective. It's not. Refing is not an objective. So it is. Yeah.
But well, what the situation now is has created a frenzy because everybody is going to say that they're going to try and beat this 83 points.
Who's that?
Oh, I was just listening to it on Urban View, which is the thing that teams are, working on what they're going to do to beat these. I'm love to see who they're going to try it against,
I feel like they have no source of this. That doesn't make sense.
Oh, but he has started this thing, this competition, apparently. It's a thing. Yeah.
I heard anything about that. Nor does this even make sense. Most basketball players can barely getting to like 60. Like, I know
it's hard, but
so I don't understand how he
is creating a frenzy because of it. That people are now motivated to try to do that. That's what I'm saying. I think
it creates motivation. I don't think anybody's going out because the minute you try to go out, like I'm getting it, you're not. Like that's not how that. You think he went out in that game? You think he went out for that? No, he didn't. Like when those nights happen, they just have
a perfect storm.
Yeah, it's not a.
It's a perfect. Well, there's a perfect storm.
No, that's not how. Everybody that's done the type of thing. I'm
hiding again. Last night, Russell scored 52. Which was way less, but it's Laker guy.
Luka Doncic?
Yeah. Luka. And it was like, apparently the team was kind of, giving,
I mean, I can see that in the midst of the game, but I just need to talk about it prior to. And people also obviously were comparing it to Kobe's 81 because obviously nobody wants Kobe's record broken, regardless of his passing. But
he's long enough to ever record, yeah.
But even more so because of his passing, people don't want it broken. But people also think Kobe got 81 and it was a more difficult 81 than Bam's 83. I think they were down when they were playing Toronto, so I think they needed every bit of the 81, whereas
they were actually down.
Whereas Miami, I believe they were up in the game, so Bam's just out there getting there. Like it, a lot of people was just like, "Oh, he's just trying to get the record. He don't even need to be out there." Then
I don't think he went out there saying, "I'm going to be."
No. But obviously not. But when you realize, he has 60 now. Now it's talking about okay. Well, let's see about the record,
and that's going to be the new trend. People,
if anything, it's not going to be long. There's too many games in basketball.
There's too many. It has to go.
Also, basketball is 18.
There's so many good players. It's not like you have dog teams that it's easy to do this in a numerous scheme against.
So I think part of it was they were up against. I think it was the Wizards.
It was the Wizards.
So they were up against them. They were going to essentially. So they're like, he's basically like just that guy did it. And then the Wizards started running down shop to obviously limit that. So then they started fouling the Wizards. So then they went. So like play a lot of games to get to this record. So I think that's
regardless of the circumstances, it's synergy.
Oh, I agree with you
entirely.
I agree with you. I do understand like certain points. Like y'all just it's not. It doesn't seem like a pure. Like an '80s game of it's. You need like it was back and forth, back and forth, like like
it wasn't like,
and then, like we were down, someone needed somebody to turn it, be like we went great, like that's those type of stories.
If the ball was rolling to him, it was a perfect story.
And then I also think people just didn't expect it of Bam. Like if this was if this was Curry or even LeBron now,
it would be expected. I think that's a big part of it.
Is that it's like, and it's not that Bam's not a good player, but
no,
like
he's not.
He's not a super.
What's a game?
He's not a superstar.
That's his stat.
He's a star because he's an all-star, but he's not like he's not a person you're like, oh yeah, he's not like, especially like he's a big, like you don't shoot that much and stuff like that. So
yeah, he averages 19 points a game normally. So it is not a toy. If this were a Curry situation, who else?
KD,
somebody like that. I don't think they will have such a deep dive into.
Yeah, it was just highly unexpected.
Or a Luka, people like that.
I do think it's interesting that AITA did his post game interview because like they were like, that's how you just know like she can do what she wants because there was no reason for her to be up there. Like she was just attending the game. Like it was no reason for her to be up there. But they hold the most points. She has the most points in the WNBA.
Or Hyde does. Oh.
So that is
yeah.
Like, the house y'all got the league.
Oh yeah.
Like active play.
That's a fantastic deal.
Yeah. Did you hear about the Rihanna situation?
About this woman shooting at her home. How did she get that close though? I would imagine.
Well, no, I think she shot the gate. So I don't know.
Oh,
so I don't think
she was like at the front door.
No. Okay. But I think she had an AR-15 or something. So it wasn't like she was
rifle.
She wasn't something to play.
Number of shots.
Yeah.
Not this one. And it's crazy. But they're fine. We just crazy.
She was seen packing up her kids and going somewhere. I don't know if she's going to Barbados and they're going somewhere else, but
I'm gonna leave it by home. But I mean, her home is like a fortress, so I mean, I don't think that lady could have got close enough.
It's not that, but you got to figure out who is this tied to something else. It's just a one.
Right? What is this coming from?
And at the end of the day, she got 3 kids. That's time to be trying to figure it out because even if but when we leave the gate, is there somebody waiting at the end of this? Like it's not just
that's the problem.
Because also, yeah, I'm also trapped inside my house, so there's still I think probably just trying to figure out what happened, who's who, and all these things.
It's scary because you just don't know the origins of this. Okay, they've held the woman. They're holding her without bail. But is she aligned with somebody else?
Yes. Or is she just a crazy person?
This is,
what's the
motive? This is scary.
Girl is at home with the kids. Like, what's going on? Look at this, y'all. That's what it seems like y'all are. It seems like I got time with y'all.
I'm telling you.
Go do something. Go do something.
Drive her expensive gas to come do.
This is crazy.
This is in LA, right?
I believe so.
So, gas is too expensive, my girl. She just be hanging around. What do you think was going to happen at Rihanna game?
She get shot.
Yep.
Some people got armed people where they got. So you got.
I would. I'll tell you that.
Sure, Beyonce.
She has to.
But they said from where the driveway at to the front door, you gotta have a golf cart anyway.
Yeah. And right to so
it's too long to even walk in, so you gotta have a golf.
And many cameras on the way between.
So now we're gonna move on to Am I the A-hole?
What is this week?
So am I the A-hole for not moving back in with my dad just because he got divorced? My mom died when I, 16 female, was a baby. My aunt, my mom's sister, stepped in and became like a second mom to me. When I was 8, she moved for work, so I went from seeing her every day to her flying me out 1 to 2 times a month, plus 1 week of winter break, spring break, and 50-50 over the summer. When I was 12, my dad married Judy, and they kept saying she was my new mom and I don't need to be visiting my aunt because I have Judy. He also gave my rooms to Judy's kids since it was bigger and I refused to share, and told my aunt that they decided that I couldn't fly alone, so she either had to fly out to get me or drive all the way there and back.
She was flying alone before, right?
Mm-hmm. I decided to stay with my aunt a few months after my dad married Judy because it was pretty obvious that he cared about his new family more. My dad and Judy are getting divorced now because Judy cheated on him and found out that their new kids weren't his.
Oh,
He calls me and asks me to move back home because he misses me and he doesn't have any family left. I said no because I like her. My aunt is a way better parent than my dad was, and she's been dating this guy that comes over on weekends and makes us the best burgers and steaks. And he fixes cars up as a hobby, so he's working on one for me. I also really like my school and I have friends here, and we're really close to a lot of the colleges, so I probably won't even have to move out. My dad and his side of the family are upset that I won't move back because he's my dad and he needs me, but he's the one that chose his new family over me, and that getting divorced isn't my problem to solve. I don't really plan to change my mind, but I want to know if me refusing to move back makes me end it.
but no, it does not. I applaud you, girl. Standing
Right? Took action.
Your father's a big guy. He'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
He made his choice. I did stand by you the way he should have when he married his new wife. And even then, you are in a comfortable place. You're 16.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's probably going, to be a junior. This is a very pivotal time in her life. So she can't dig up herself to go stay with her father because
he's sad.
He's sad until he probably gets him some dating ass, meet some other cool, and then you're back to being third or fourth place. He'll be all right.
I think the kicker was trying to not cut her off, but kind of
cut her from her aunt.
Yes.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Because that's clearly who she is, the adult.
And I'm glad that the aunt was just there for her,
And even when she moved for work, still
right.
wants to
talk to on.
That's still that's a commitment. Over the summer, like she was active. Like this is not like she really did take
Yes. You're nowhere near an asshole. You are being a decisive young lady, which will do you very well as grow up.
And standing up for yourself. Be respectful while standing up, but
call your dad, be there for him as much as you can, but no.
Say like I do his best.
Yeah, with that. Yeah. He's a grown man. Especially don't let him guilt you.
Especially when it feels like other people aren't putting you first. Why would I put myself back in this when I have putting me first? Like why would I go back to that? That doesn't really make sense. No, and then I'm sure in the conversation, I'm sure there wasn't many apologies or accountability.
Oh no, because you need to understand kind of thing, I'm sure.
So it's just like
so the stepmother had 2 kids that he thought was his, then he turned up not to be. Ooh, child. That's a wake up call. No wonder he said.
And then I get she cheated in general. And then
oh Lord, she really cheated. Yeah. She was in them streets.
So Judy is not. I'm sure it wasn't also who we thought she
was. Judy
out here.
Judy out here.
She outside.
We'll be outside.
So then our last segment of the episode, of course, this part. I told you we are now using the card game. Let's get deep. So we can come up with different ranges of questions, things we maybe never thought of, or just different things. Do you want to go first or me though?
You go first.
So my question is, what's something you're glad is in the past?
To me? I'm glad my youth is in the past. Because this mess of the world we lived in, I don't know if I have 60 years that I would want to live in this foolishness. So I'm glad my youth is in the past. But seriously though, what I'm glad is in the past. I'm serious about that, but to me, on another note, what's in the past is my, when you're younger, everything is the end of the world. It's hard to access your peace and your calm, or harder. And I'm so glad that I'm at a place. It is the actual most wonderful gift of getting older. Absolutely the best gift is being able to access your peace, being able to live in it, sit in it, and have that faith that is indomitable. Um, through the good, through the bad, through the unknown. I may have moments where I may be frustrated, but it's 15 minute stops. And I am so happy and comfortable in that peace, that place, that faith. It's a great place to be. I thank God for it every day. I'm kind of glad that I'm no longer like young and living in this crap.
Well, as a young person, hindsight is 20. Like, if you're in it, just be in it.
That's true. That's what you know.
Yeah.
But I have the benefit of knowing,
it's not even knowing, like, there's nothing.
or I've lived another kind of life.
It's really something specifically that can't
change. You can't change it.
So,
And you can't alter the experiences that you've had.
Yeah.
Which, which has created maybe this very piece that I'm talking about.
Well, you can. Like, you can alter personality that make the future better. But the age is just the age. No matter what.
The age is just the age.
So,
yeah.
So if you were 25 right now, you would just be 25 right now.
Just be 25. And
I'll be
25 years, so I'll be okay. I look back and what my parents used to be when I was growing up. They're like, oh my God, this world is going to hell in a handbasket. It's horrible out there. And I'd be like, what the hell? So dramatic about it. But it's relativity.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes, blissful ignorance is a beautiful thing. That's what keeps you going. So it's all perspective. All perspective.
I would say what years still? The next 25 years I'll be 50. So
oh Lord.
Doesn't that seem okay? So it's enough time. It's enough time.
We've been two old ladies together, huh?
I was gonna say, like, I'm still shy, but I used to be like way more crippled with certain things, especially like school and like presenting and public speaking. I still get a little nervous, but I'm definitely can much better. Like when I was a kid, I used to be like I'm still do it. Like I would never like run off stage, like nothing that crazy, but it used to be like you could play with me.
Yeah, mentally crippling, yeah.
And yeah, so I'm glad like that, but I think that is something that comes
with
like age or like experience or just like not wanting to feel a certain way about things. And then I would even say child sick with that. Probably the worst time mentally for myself. So even now I'm very happy with the space. And I hope that never returns.
Right.
So, yeah,
right.
Even then 6 months ago, very right now. So I even just even that short amount.
Oh yeah.
Changed for the better. So I'm very glad.
Yeah. And especially when you in one way or another work on being better every day or overcoming. I am a person, I'm designed to overcome. I do not believe, I believe in answers, finding an answer, finding a resolution, finding something that works. I do not believe in just sitting in sad complacency and being crippled by not finding some kind of answer or solution. So I'm definitely solution based. I've always been. So I think that's what it is. And you are too, very much so.
Yeah.
So,
but even that is hard, and I'm lucky that
some days it's hard, and some periods it's hard.
Isn't it? I'm lucky that something worked for me, but there are people that try it, it doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Keep trying.
And it's like sometimes it can feel like you are trying it, but it's not working, and that also
you just keep trying.
Okay.
You just have,
so it can be very
daunting, very daunting for sure. But you just have to have. That's where faith comes in, and you've got to wake up and know that every day. It's amazing the amount of days that you wake up and you feel like, for whatever reason, a number of things happen and you feel like it's the end of the world. and you're like, oh my God, this is horrible. This is horrible. Like, what am I going to do? And you go to sleep that night and you pray. And when you wake up in that morning, you compare the way you felt the day before versus now, and it's a completely different
I
feeling.
think that is true with people who are not experiencing depression.
Yeah, that's it. That's situational depression.
Like that's just
Situational
hard.
depression. I'm not talking about people who are diagnosed, depression, but situational. Thank God my depression has been whatever, situation. It's not a place that I've ever sat in or knowing it's sat in. Sometimes you decision stuff and not even realize it, and I'm aware of that part too. But yeah, so it's a lot of faith and prayer. And if you find that this is happening, over to seek help.
Yes.
To not be afraid. That's the important thing.
That's what I was going to
seek help.
Their depression is real.
It's real.
Get a therapist. I went back to my therapist. I was talking to her, talking to my friends, family. Like, you do have to do the things.
Do the work.
It's very true. But that is real. And the thing was, what made it harder was that it was a situation. I was like, nothing is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is wrong.
Yeah.
So that is what I could not pinpoint. I was like, there is nothing to point to as to why we be pausing. So that was literally actually the most frustrating part.
When you can't pinpoint the face.
This thing. Yeah. That was the most frustrating.
A lot of people don't have the strength, to seek the help. And we're quite aware of that. Or they're living in denial, or they're afraid. Or something.
I think a lot of people are just afraid.
And fear will cripple you every time. And as I tell people, don't be afraid. In all things, it's like if you can get over that fear and step in it and know that what's the worst that can happen? Just do it. Just do it. Because once you've done that a couple times, it will become a part of who you are. And it's very important. So fear not to overcome you. Okay. My question is, describe what a successful life means to you.
I'll answer this both ways, like more granular and more overarching. Granular would be in the career when I be in. First of all, actual number one thing, be married. Two, being a mother.
Be married to the right one.
Being married, having children, and then being where I want to be professional. Having a family is definitely more my priority than the professional, partly just because it's just harder to obtain. Like, I don't really think of my professional goals as like something because I can actively work to achieve that. Like, it's not something that seems like it's not something where I just don't know. Like, that's not how I feel about it. Whereas a relationship that will turn into marriage and kids is definitely harder to obtain just because it involves another person, you all being on the same page, being similar and like thinking the same way, valuing the same things, and hoping that your kids are okay. And then you get children that they're healthy, and then like there's so much more of that and something unknown to that, and then, so that's a whole different thing. So I really that is the dream life of having a happy, healthy family.
Yeah, because everything else is paperwork.
Yeah, like everything is just right. Yeah, so
make it right more. Yeah,
that's definitely like my family's definitely going. To it's having the career I want to have being valued in my career. Not just doing something, but being a part of something. And then
making a difference.
Yes, and making sure I'm giving back to people I can in the ways that I can. Helping people, especially children. And then financially, I don't even desire to be rich. I just desire to be able to own. So,
which equals rich for her.
Rich, but not rich. Like, for instance, I don't want to get a private jet because I want to be able to go in first class.
Exactly.
So like that's what
I don't need all that extra. I really don't, because that comes with its burdens.
So that's gonna be in first class. Like I want to be able to book the first class.
That's it.
I want to be like, oh, y'all want to go on a trip next week? Cool. Bought my ticket to the hotel. Like I just want to be able to do freedom of things. Oh, my mom was this. Let me get it for her. And I don't have to think about this. No. Like just
Exactly.
I do, but like just being able to do things because I don't have like those grandiose. I need this type of thing. I'm not even a person who's like, oh, my parties. Like I don't really care about that. It's just like when I want to do something, when I want to buy something, when I want to do this thing, I don't have to be
or do something for somebody.
Yeah, I don't have to be like mental calculations and worried about this. Like I want to be like the bills are on auto pay. We don't even know everything. Like everything. Like we don't even think about the money necessarily, and that's not
everyday.
Yeah, like the everyday. Like we're just
as I tell people,
the freedom.
That's the only thing that money gives you in life is options.
Yes.
And but I would never want to be things. I don't. I don't desire.
That's not the only way to.
I just want to be rich. Oh yeah, definitely. There are a lot of rich people out there. Don't know who they are, but it's no joy being rich by yourself. Yeah. In terms of
that's why the family's my number one thing.
Right. If I would have money, but all my friends are working sick, who am I going to hang out with? Not new friends. So, I got to take care of them too.
I could have all this money, but if I'm no kids,
but you're not happy.
I would literally not.
No.
So that's why the kids and marriage is number one for me, because
the relationship.
I can literally have rest, but if I don't have that, it just.
Yeah. That's why even, my friend, they're so important to me, because that's what just commiserating with them gives me so much joy. And all my relationships, interpersonal, children, all of it is what comes together and makes this life worth living. So,
and then just on like an overarching, my goal is just freedom, and that is
mental
and financial, freedom,
Mm-hmm.
freedom of just. Oh, my husband doesn't like his job. They treat him cool. You can quit it. We got the money. Like it don't like freedom to not have to make anything. Yes, the freedom of I don't have to. No, I can go. Like so, just releasing that burden of like, no, we can't do this. I gotta stick it out. I gotta do it.
Not
like
feeling chokehold.
Yeah. Just be, and then wanting my children. I want them to be able, if they want to do gymnastics, they can do it. And be not like, well, we can't afford it, or this and that, or we live too far, or that. Yeah. That doesn't mean there's no structure.
Very important.
Because we still live in a society, so there is part of the structure. They've
got to know about giving back and about,
But just in terms of just, I don't want, and not even necessarily, I just don't want things to pigeonhole me into unhappiness.
Right.
And that if I desire a change, I make that happen.
Effect that change.
And it's just not, it's not even a big deal.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So what is this like to you, even at this point? Or how?
Joy.
Actually, how's it changed when you were my age to?
In terms of
what did success look like? What did success like to you at 25, and what it look like to you?
I'm going to tell you, it's pretty much the same.
Is it?
Yeah. My joy and
you think this way at 25?
maybe not as sophisticated or as entrenched, but I never yearned for possession. My steadfast need and love in life always been my joy. I've always chosen joy and peace.
But I feel like at 25, were you conscious? Like, was that a decision?
No, it wasn't conscious, but it was unconscious.
But that's kind of what I want to step back to your brain.
Yeah, I'm kind of a little more all over the place.
Or like where you were at 25, like what would you have said to some of us? Or did you even think about?
There's so many moving parts. I think 25, I was already a homeowner because I'd married young and, I was really having the time of my life at 25, looking back at it. I was moving and shaking, going to Mexico one week, flying first class to New York the next because I had no kids, and working good money in LA and I was living my best life.
You think you probably just think
I didn't.
like
I really didn't. I enjoyed that
just being in the
moment.
moment.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed the moment.
Which is something to say.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed the moment. I should have probably planned more than I did in retrospect.
You go a little,
But I did. I was very much living in the moment. Quite happy at that time.
well, y'all done heard us gap now, bro. I'm sure it's probably a good hour. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is the best way to support us. The more subscribers we are able to get, eventually y'all can free us 9 to 5. That's the goal, y'all. Say it with me, free us. A new episode drops every Monday, so be on the lookout for that. Remember to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We post clips from the podcast there. Please like them, repost them, comment. The engagement, these people finding us, and that again, these us being free from the
Share your thoughts.
You can also listen to this podcast on Spotify and Apple. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.